This is Dirshu Mishna Berurah. As Baruch Hashem, we begin Chilek Gimel. We begin Hilchos Shabbos with the Mishnah Berurah, Simin Reish Mem Beis, which the Mechaber titles Lihizaher B'chvoid Shabbos. The care, the honor that one has to give for the honor of Shabbos and the Mirza Hashem. We should be zeicha not just to start Chilek Gimel, but in Mirza Hashem to be able to learn and hopefully internalize and grow through our Shmira Shabbos v'siyata dishmaya. So we begin Sif Aleph. Afilu misha tzarich la'acher. Someone who needs other people. Im yesh lo me'at mishaloi. If you have a little bit of your own, sarich lizariz atzmai. You have to quicken yourself. To do what? Lechabed as a Shabbos. To honor the Shabbos. V'lo amru, continues the Mechaber. And we did not say, Asei Shabbat Chachol, that it's better to make your Shabbos into a weekday, a Gemara Psachim. It's better to make your Shabbos into a weekday and not come on to other people, meaning not to take tzedakah. We did not say that, Ella only, Lemisha Shah Dechukalai, someone who the Shah is very dachuk to him. It's a very shver matzav. I don't have the rest of the Mechaber in front of us, but just to read the last few words, Shah dechuk alai biyaser. And therefore, what would you do? Al kein tzarich l'samsim b'shar yamim kedei lechabed Shabbos. So we begin the first Mishnah Berurah here, which just basically gives us the framework of the parameters and the chashivos of Kavod Shabbos. Says the Mishnah Berurah afilu hine ikar mitzvahs einig Shabbos disparish lanu al dei neviim. Psukim in the neviim koshenemar karasa l'Shabbos einig. We call Shabbos an einig. V'yesh vaiskim shesfir lu deikaru min ha'Torah. Says the Mishnah Berurah, quoting a Ramban, in the bottom of the Shartzi, and he tells you look at the chinuch, etc. Says the midrabanan, but there are those who hold that einig Shabbos, enjoying Shabbos, is a din midaraisa. Shabbos hu b'chlal mikrai kodesh. Shenamar b'yom hashi Shabbos service on mikrai kodesh, and that is Shabbos, and therefore you need to have einig on Shabbos. Mikrai kodesh version Chazal b'sifra. Teach the Chazal. What does it mean to be mekadesh the Shabbos? What does it mean? It's called kodesh. It means likadeshai, to sanctify Shabbos. How? Lechabdei, and honor it. Because nekiah, clean clothing. Ulangoy, and to delight, eating and drinking. V'fligu Chazal, Gemara and Shabbos, Daf Kuf Yichaz Moed b'mitzvah zu. V'amru d'chol ha'maning is the Shabbos on nachla b'li mitzarim. You get a nachla, you get an inheritance without any boundaries. Sounds like millions and billions. V'nitzel mishiv and malchus, and you will not be enslaved to the government. V'zeh chaver zela ashirus, and wealth. V'ayin shamoid kama mamarim bin yizeh, says the Gemara in Shabbos, many incredible mamarim about doing what? Einig Shabbos. Purely, simply enjoying Shabbos. Says Mishnah Berurah, there's three Mamarei Chazal. Number one, you gotta have big fish, Rashi Shuman, and the heads of garlic, V'tavshel shel Turadin, wonderful dishes. That's where they are a chash of a dish. Chashuvim, every place according to it, you have to have good drink and food. Lehem oinek. Ulefisha min astam, parenthetically, the Mishnah Berurah points out, most people, what is their tainik? It's wine and meat and other delicacies. That's why we're going to learn these. So they have a lot of wine and meat, as much as you can, because that is oinek. That's the highest level. That which we learned, that there's always a minimum level to do something to honor the Shabbos. It's a Shabbos. With something, with a little bit, you're makayim the mitzvah of Einig Shabbos. Which is what? A little bit of fish in oil. That's number two. Number two is to have something, epis, a little bit like Kavod Shabbos. Number three, number three is, it's better to make Shabbos into a weekday and not take handouts. We see how the negativity that Chazal attuned to, the way that one is not supposed to be taken from others. So says the Mishnah Berurah, how do we put these three Maimarim together? If it's possible, you go for the Shpitz, the highest level. That's the highest level. On the lowest level, if it's very, very schwer, all you have is 2 meals. On that person, but you have 2 meals without taking tzedakah. Those are the 2 bookends. And if you're not taking tzedakah and you have enough for 2 meals, you're not even mechuyav not to have anything extra. And then you can have a little bit more to at least get the middle level. Now, says the Mishnah Berurah, very interesting. That's the top, that's the bottom, and then we have the level in the middle if you have a little bit more. But says the Mishnah Berurah, let's say you're already taking tzedakah. Then tzedakah has to give you more. You would think tzedakah should give you the lowest level. What's the lowest level? 2 meals and nothing extra. Says the Mishnah Berurah, no. If you're already taking tzedakah, tzedakah has to give you. They have to give you 3 meals and a little bit extra, the little fish dish. And of course, when we give tzedakah, it's according to the person. If you're an honorable person, you get more. Because you're already getting tzedakah. If someone already is taking tzedakah, then we got to give him everything can help. Screams the Mishnah Berurah, Lav Shabir Avdi. It's inappropriate for the Gabbai Tzedakah just to give 2 meals. They should be giving 3. And certainly, in the summer, it's a long day. You have a little bit. You got to push yourself to have the appropriate oineg. Since it's possible. Well, is that siyim? And that's where we turned over the page. We didn't really see this. The end of the Mechaber said, you know what you should do? Don't spend money the rest of the week. Why? So you have a little bit left for Kavod Shabbos. To Potter. If your mom is a shver mati, you have no money, you're part of medina sudas lishis. Because the arsena, kamakim nochain meoid. Sheirli shtadel lios kapanim in akata emsayis. You should try very hard to be at least on the middle level. The hainu kiyim shal sudais. The kisa the harsena. So you should always push at least to have 3 meals and a little bit more. Halavai to always be in the highest bracket, the highest level of having tainugim, etc., etc. And it's important to note that this applies always. Someone might be going on a vacation and say, okay, no, I'll just have 2 meals, I'll be okay. Maybe it's a winter Shabbos. No, it's a din. We see how important it is that you should not even have food during the week. Sounds like someone who mamish has no money to push himself to have a little bit l'kavod Shabbos. Let's go into Sif Beis. The Chabad is a Shabbos. Toivel Yizar to live to Mishnei Tavshilim, and it's appropriate. Should have less of Mishnei Tavshilim. Gam Tov Shecha B'Chol Sudam Mishal Sudas Tagim. Says Mishnah Berurah. By the way, you should make sure you always have fish, unless what's the caveat not to have fish at all 3 meals? If you mamish can't handle it, it irks you wrong. A high level, you hate the fish. Then you don't have to have fish. But if you're not at that level, you should push yourself to have fish. Shabbos, you shouldn't be painting yourself. But let's say those who sell the fish, they're jacking up the prices. They should make it why? We want the price to go down. Only if it's very high prices. Even if it's not such a high price, still, we got to keep prices down. Because of other foods, they're taking lesser, if they said it's also to eat fish, You're allowed to eat it, then it is mutter. Let's just start over here for one moment. Let's see the first Dirshu, note number 1, in which he says, "In Isser lis anos b'Shabbos." We're talking about tainig. We're talking about ainugim. Are you allowed to fast on Shabbos? So see that the Berurah is going to teach us. Some hold that it's a derabanan. Some hold it's derabanan. Some in the Torah. Shem rachlu ayom. Mikomakom Isser lis anos b'Shabbos ad chatzois. Everyone holds it's only derabanan. So we definitely shouldn't be fasting at Shabbos. The Rambam holds also tainis b'Shabbos is midaraisa because of the din of Einig Shabbos. The Berurah is going to teach us that according to the Rambam, it's really only derabanan. But definitely, we see the high level of tainugim should not lead one to fast, and not even part of a day, which is a big shayla Shabbos morning. If davening goes late, what you're supposed to do? Okay, you probably have a coffee in the morning, so it's not called fasting, but you're not supposed to fast on Shabbos. Now, number 2 is, what if you have a clothing? We're supposed to have good clothing for Shabbos. What if you don't enjoy that clothing? For example, it's very hot outside. Says the Chazon Ish famously, there's no kavod Shabbos by wearing it, because if there's no eineg, there's no kavod. A very famous line of the Chazon Ish in the heat of Bnei Brak. Zog the Chazon Ish, if you're not enjoying it, there's no kavod to walk around. It's something that you just can't enjoy. It says of Nissen Kireles, when you don't wear a beged zem, you should she'in lo einig v'livyasa einig paigim v'kavod Shabbos. But says from Nissen Kireles, but if you do wear it, of course it is kavod Shabbos. So from Nissen is really minimizing a drop. The words of the Chazon Ish. Chazon Ish says, seemingly his words were, main kavod, ein kavod. This girl is saying, no, slow down. If you wear it, you get kavod. But you're allowed to not wear it because of the lack of einig. Now, what say someone, note number 3 says his einig is not to eat, he's on a diet. So Lamaisi, you're allowed to not eat because of that. Similarly, eating hot food, we're going to see Reish Zion famously, it's part of kavod, it's part of eineg. And over there, we're going to say that if someone doesn't eat it, we're chayshis to not be kaires. Well, because you're not maimin in the words of Chazal that you're supposed to have hot food. However, if it's damaging to him, Mishpur is going to say, you're allowed to eat cold food. Misha Rugel b'shnas tzarayim in the late afternoon, so because this is his eineg. Mishpur says, don't sleep that much. So again, if someone's ruggled to have a nap in the afternoon and that's his einig, we see einig is something that's subjective. It's what you enjoy. So if you enjoy a good nap, you should do that. But says Mishnah Berurah, don't forget, you got to learn a little bit. It's also included in einig Shabbos. And finally, the Beis the Shemar Abuav explains, why are you getting an achla b'mitzarim? Why is einig Shabbos, and will this conclude, going to give us these incredible brachos? Because if you spend money on Shabbos, you go shopping, you swipe the credit card, you don't think about it, it's on God. Shem's credit card is paying for it. Shem says, you paid with my credit card? My credit card is unlimited. Nicely nachla b'li shir, kivin shemakabel alav all Shabbos, avir menu all malchus as well. Pick it up from here, b'siyata d'ishmaya.